Hello, everybody. This is Angel Arts, and welcome to session number 22 of Pokemon Spectrum. We are knee deep in Johto. In our last session, we actually breached the barrier and are now experiencing the wonderful wonderland that is this new Pokemon controlled society. So, for today's warm up, it's going to be again from the point of view of the Pokemon. And if the Pokemon were to pause at this moment, this is hypothetical because we're actually in the middle of stuff is happening. But hypothetically, if we were to pause and let the Pokemon write into their journals once again about their experiences and their thoughts about Johto and what it means seeing the roles reversed and whether or not they personally believe that this is fair, unfair, if this makes sense, doesn't make sense at all. Is this place evil? Is this place as terrible as people have been painting it? Yes, no, things like that. I just want to know the Pokemon's general thoughts of this place.
Where's that phone thingy? Imp, whatever. Oh, there it is. Button. No, Fern showed me this on cat. There we go. Okay, yeah. I think that means it's recording the little red light. Okay, so apparently I can speak human now. That's weird. Imp, Chase, whatever, can speak Pokemon. That's weird too. I don't know if I like it here or not. I don't understand. We had a chance to be something greater, and we chose to be human. I don't understand. Because I've lived in the wild with Pokemon before. I know what we are capable of when we form our own communities. We're pretending to be human. I don't get it. I don't know if this is Omni has stacked the deck to make it this way, or maybe this is what they wanted. I don't know. I don't like it. Don't want to take up too much room, otherwise Imp might notice. Shuts it off.
Do you want Sniffles to give his opinion?
Sure.
This place is a bit unsettling. I am. Part of me really wants to hate this place. A big part of me wants to hate it. But then there's another part of me that can't help but see that it kind of makes sense in a twisted sort of way. Which feels weird, and I feel like I have to take a bath just by saying that, but I don't know. I like the way things were in Kanto, but now I'm just wondering, is that just because that's how the way things always were? So of course we just accepted it because we didn't really know anything else. At least I never knew anything else. So I guess it's kind of scary, not because the place itself is scary, but because the thoughts and the questions that end up getting into your head when you're watching all this stuff is scary. I don't know if that makes any sense. You start thinking about things and you start asking yourself questions that, quite frankly, I don't even know if I want to know the answer to, but they're there now. And it's kind of hard to ignore them. This whole thing is like really unsettling. Part of me just feels like I would have been much happier and less confused if I didn't even set foot in this place. Part of me feels like, I don't know, I'd rather just be blissfully naive and not even know that all of this stuff even existed. Because I don't like asking myself all these questions, because I'm afraid of what I might give as the answer. Again, I don't know if that makes sense, but that's all I got to say for now.
This place is strange. I mean, I came here thinking that I'd want something like this. The humans, they treat us all weird. Not all of them. I mean, Noir treats me fine. I think it's mostly just my problem when it comes to Noir. It's just not growing up with parents maybe affected me, but I look around and I mean this isn't the way it's supposed to be. I'm not saying that Pokemon need to be slaves or anything like that, but I don't think humans need to be slaves either. I was just getting stuck on maybe a reality where only Pokemon could be slaves. I didn't know that it could work both ways. I don't think I like this. I think the humans deserve more than this. So, but at the same time, it is sort of cool. It's sort of cool to be here. For me, I can do whatever I want. I feel like I could be a hero here. Yeah, that's about it. That adventure. Okay, bye.
People here think I'm a supermodel. That should seem like a dream come true for me, but I don't know. In this place, it doesn't feel like that. I mean, yeah, it was fun. It was fun having people admiring me and taking pictures of me and asking for my autograph. That was really fun, but I don't know. Now I can't stop thinking about all those dead bodies that we saw. Well, I saw. No one else saw them. I think they're lucky that they didn't see that. Because when I was in there, all I could think of was, what if Tiffany was up there? And I don't want to think about that anymore. I should think about this some more later. I wonder if humans cut up Pokemon the same way. I've eaten meat before, but I don't think I'm going to eat anymore after this. Okay. Everyone else needs me. I'll be strong for everyone.
Little you.
Who's next?
Grown up so much.
After watching all of those, housewives, you learned a lot of life lessons.
It's what truly prompted the evolution.
We're watching the outside of this house and we're doing a lot of talking and planning, but I can't help but think about what we saw. That poor woman, she didn't want to go to the daycare. I don't think I like daycares. Everyone said they were bad in the computer, and they seem bad here too. I don't think either place should have them. I think daycares should all go by. But how can I make it go by? No one can understand me. Well, Cassie can, but that took a while, and not everyone's clever as Cassie, because she's the best. And Nevi's pretty good. But I can't write, and I only have paws. And I don't know if I can ever speak like Pokemon like Lux. That'll probably never happen. So, but I wish everyone could just sit down, like, talk and say how everything's so bad and they should just fix it. Like, why do they keep making people in Pokemon do things they don't want to do? Why can't everyone just be friends and not be evil like the nasty Team Rockets? You are safely vanquished and locked away. I wonder where they went. Probably to that nasty jail place that everyone kept complaining about. Oh. Also, note to self. Let's stop eating meat when I go home, because I didn't know it came from Pokemon. Like, it came from people here, and it came from Pokemon there. I didn't know, like, things used to live and you eat them. Scary thoughts. What's happening in the house? Well, they're all looking at something. I better figure out what that is before I doze off again in my own head. Okay, bye.
Dear Mental Diary. Hi, Future Bullet. It's me, Bullet. So, we're in Johto right now. And I gotta say, part of it is, like, super awesome, actually. We showed up, and all the Pokemon are, like, best friends, and they really got to enjoy me do all my cool sky tricks and everything like that. And Pokemon and their humans were fighting together, and I don't know, there was just something about it that was really charming. But then at the same time, there was all this stuff that made me a little uncomfortable. Like the other night when Inky came over and she told me about her problem. And then you see things like that here, and well, that's just not right. I mean, I don't think that's right for Pokemon or humans. Oh, and then I don't even want to think about the thing that you saw. I don't think that I'd want to see something like that. I mean, it's weird for me to think that. Well, I don't want to say it out loud, mental diary, I'm sorry, but that kind of thing? I just thought that was supposed to be the other way around. I mean, not that I necessarily like the thought, but so I know that I'm awesome, but Molly is like the most awesomest thing in the world. And so when you think about it that way, it just makes more sense. I don't know. Overall, I kind of just want to see what the humans have in store for us again, and I guess I just trust their judgment a little more here. For now, I guess I'll stick with Remy, but until then, all right. Wish me luck, future Bullet. Yours truly, Bullet.
We are just going to pick it up from where we last off, and I believe all of you are now safely out of the house, including a not bleeding Molly. Bleeding Molly's?
Not bleeding anymore, I think.
Tiffany treated
Not
her
bleeding
wound.
anymore. Okay.
Okay, what are we doing? Are we going for plates or are we going for the rays? Because I'm confused right now.
Well, I'll tell you what I think. I think we should split up, guys.
Okay, objectives?
Well, I'm not very keen on leaving the Rays here in a house full of Omni people and possible Omni allies. I mean, I guess they're safe for now, but I really don't want to take that chance. But at the same time, if there's a chance to check out Bill's mansion and get the plates, I think we should take it.
Okay.
Well,
If we split up, then we'll get more done. That's
Molly,
what-
though, hadn't we just agreed that we can't really do anything about the Rays at this point? I mean, splitting up could work. I just want to make sure that emotion's not clouding your judgment here.
Maybe it is a little bit, but I mean, that's my family in there, you know? Okay, but all right. What do you guys think about the splitting up idea?
Well, we just need to
We-
realize that if we get caught, especially if we split up, then we're kind of boned.
Pretty much.
If we do get caught, even if we are together or we're not together, what type of course of action should we take? Like, I don't think we really discussed that.
It's hard to discuss with so many possibilities out there. I mean, the context is kind of important.
Yeah, because we can't get captured without, rescuing everyone back home.
Well, if we split up, then we can't all get caught at the same time, at least.
Yeah, but
Well, Molly, do you want to split up so that you can watch the Rays, or so that you can watch what happens at the house?
Kind of both. I do want to check out what Omni is up to. I want to check out just this Dustox that the Rays are with, Pimple. I want to see if he's an ally of Omni. I want to see if he's I don't know. I don't know what his position is. We have a chance to finally get some candid information about Omni. I think that's really important.
Well, then can I trust you to prioritize?
Chase unzips his hoodie and he turns to the group and he says, "Do you trust me?"
With
To
whatever
do
you're
what?
about to do? No.
Yes, I do.
To do what? I need more information.
Yeah, thank you, Tiffany.
You get us all answers so that you can get your information.
It's okay, Chase.
Well,
We're working on getting answers now.
that information risks our information getting out.
That's why I need to know if you guys can take care of yourselves if something goes wrong.
And what
Your
about
plan
you?
is getting captured?
I don't know. Chase gives Molly his hoodie, which is probably his armor at this point.
She takes it and she stares at him. She says, "Whatever you're about to do it quickly."
He looks back at the house. I need someone to be able to read my thoughts while I'm in there, to make sure everything is going good, and I need everyone to be able to react if something goes bad. And I don't think that necessarily means that I want you all running in and drawing attention to yourselves. We can really get compromised in here if something goes that bad.
Yeah.
And he'll look at Lux and I'll say, I need you with me, and I need to know that you'll take a fall with me so that the other ones can come for us later.
Always do.
I mean, you're my...
Jumps up onto his
you're-
shoulder, looks around.
I mean,
How will
you're-
we find you later? We need.
I'm
um,
hoping not to get split from the group. I just want to make sure that me trying to get out doesn't compromise anybody trying to help me get out.
Okay, can you just give me
If-
like a scrap of like clothing or something that smells like you to give to either one of the Pokemon? So if we do
Molly
get
has his
separated-
armor.
I've got his hoodie.
Oh.
We can
Yeah,
use this.
sorry.
I should also point out that going with your incredibly vague and most likely dangerous plan, we would be needing Noir to stay here. I mean, unless I'm mistaken, as she looks to the others, Noir is the only one here who can actually read minds.
And that's the person I need.
Okay.
You sure you don't want to give any more information?
I don't know what the rest of the information is. All I know is what could or could not happen. If I'm right or if I'm wrong.
Okay.
But I need Noir to know if I'm right or wrong. If I'm
Well, yeah.
right, we'll all be fine. We'll all be fine.
My limit's 16 meters. So if you go outside that, yeah, so I might sneak up to the house a bit closer.
16 meters is probably, a block away or so. So across the street, and then people near Noir so that they can get the message. They can get her to relay.
That'll work. I can go another 16 meters other way, so.
And out of character, I totally thought Remy had telepathy, so I thought we could extend this. So,
Well,
so yeah.
what about Cassie?
It's a good question. What about Cassie?
You have
See,
been able to
that's-
project your thoughts.
Yeah, that's kind of new.
Could you
Yeah.
relay yourself?
I could potentially act as some sort of link in the chain. I don't think I'd be comfortable being the first.
Okay. Are we going ahead with this plan? Is there any other details that we need?
So we're ignoring Bill's mansion altogether.
No, I wouldn't want to ignore it. I just want to make sure this gets done first, because maybe this will get us the answers we need without us having to put ourselves in a situation where we're doing more crimes in a city that we shouldn't be here. Like, we should not be here.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
Molly, you were the one who had a plan in the first place.
I think if I get compromised, you guys should go on with your plan. But I would like someone to be back here to help me get out if I need to.
If you like, I can stay by the door. I can stay hidden. I've got smoke balls caltrops that can slow them down until we can get away. If we need to run for it.
Do we have anything that could ground their flyer?
Potentially do that,
Oh,
but
right. We have weather control. So, absolute worst case.
And Chase will look at Lux. He says, "And I got Lux." That was what I'm depending on, Lux being able to ground the flyer, at least temporarily.
Yes, I could do that. I just need to get his shadow, or her shadow. Hit shadow.
And if we create a distraction, Molly, can you slip in there and plant up?
Sure thing.
And
Wait,
Tiffany,
do we have Slipping's devices with us? Sorry, I was pretty much in a sewing room the last 3 weeks.
do we have what? Sorry, Beth.
Transmission recording device. Some form of bug to plant.
I think that's what Chase is trying to be. A temporary bug for to kind of get information to you guys.
Okay.
While still saving us if things go wrong.
Okay. I had more thought a device planted, not a person planted.
Well, Molly's our plant to get planted.
Yeah.
Just need a distraction.
I totally interpreted that as Molly's going to slip in and be a plant.
I just wanted to mention, like, everyone else would probably be moving into place stealthily. Like, I want to be 16 meters away from, like, the house. Not 16 meters, but a bit closer. Like, just so it would cover, like, the entire house. If you walked around the house, Noir would still be able to hear him. And then Cassie, whoever meters away, and then the group. Molly would probably be stealthed.
Yeah. Could just to make sure everything's clear. Like, Chase is gonna go inside. He's gonna have a telepathic link with Noir and Cassie, so that they can pass on information to the rest of the group. Molly's gonna be probably near the door, stealthed, and then she's gonna try to get in and then be a plant, I think.
Sniffles is going to be talking to the Pokemon, and Sniffles is going to ask, "So, is that guy just going to go up and ring the doorbell?
Yeah, pretty much.
Without a disguise? I mean, don't those people in that house recognize him?"
I don't think Pimple does. I don't see why he would. The Omni people, maybe.
So, let me get this straight. You're sending someone up there to ring the doorbell without a disguise when you have someone like Tiffany here who can give him a disguise?
Does she have enough stuff with her to give him a disguise? Looks over at Benoit, confused.
I don't know, I'm asking you guys, he says as he turns to you. I mean, I'm not the smart one here, but just going up to a doorbell without going to someone that you know recognizes you without a disguise seems kind of stupid to me.
Your trainer's not saying anything about it.
Yeah. Out of character, sorry.
Well,
look, guys, do you want me to relay this? Go ahead, Ew.
Yeah, because quite frankly, I don't know if the humans have thought about it.
I mean, Chase can hear all of this. He can understand all of it.
Yeah,
he's
but
not
we're
responding.
not used to him understanding all this. We're having a private time.
Ben will go up to Chase and, like, tap his leg. Like, if he's not left yet. And go, "Are you gonna wear the disguise?"
No.
Oh, why?
Yeah, why?
yeah, why?
And Lux is turning and glaring at him.
And then Remy pushes past everybody. Yeah, why? Come on.
Hey, your pressure's returned! Sorry.
Chase looks down
Like,
and he says, "How do you know I'm not already disguised?"
Ooh.
bro, we'll stop being cryptic.
Are we all
Inhuman.
disguises?
Benoit! Can you do a disguise for him? Maybe. I can take out my Pokeball folding, see what I have. Proceeds to do so.
I took off my hoodie for a reason.
Yeah.
That's why.
I want something.
That's why I need
I have
you
makeup.
prepared. I'm not putting anything on.
Do you want to be recognized?
Yes.
He does want to be recognized.
Right.
That's why I want everyone prepared, and why this is not. I need you to trust me. This is not supposed to make sense. Because I don't know what's going to happen after I ring that doorbell.
Our cover is blown, is what's going to happen.
Kyle is going to pipe up and says, I've been pretty much kept quiet for most of this time because I wanted you guys to run the show, but I have to say, I don't like this idea.
I think it's the fastest way for us to get answers.
I think it's the wrong call, but that's just me, says Kyle. I won't say anything else.
I don't think that fastest is necessarily the best course of action here. Fastest way to get answers could be the fastest way to get us all killed.
Yeah.
But I don't know how adamant you are about this.
Molly will step forward and she'll look at EM and she'll say, I trust you, EM, but remember, I still need you here to hold my hand.
Yep, we're boned.
I know. Not in a fun way.
But
What do we know about Team Omni?
They've been planning this for years. They've been able to infiltrate in a way that we haven't.
they have Pokemon abilities, apparently.
They're willing to die for this.
Pokemon?
Not above killing people.
How do they have Pokemon abilities?
I assume their Auris is, well, some type of genetic transfer. They found Ditto DNA in Charade.
Yeah. Do you know something you're not telling us?
Everyone, all the humans, and I guess the Pokemon, if they want to, they can roll what's the equivalent to insight again?
Intuition.
Intuition?
Intuition, thank you. Anyone with a 15, whenever you get your results, anyone who gets a 15 or higher can tell that Chase is hiding something that he knows. Chase definitely knows something, but he's hiding it.
Yeah, what aren't you telling us? What do you know about Omni?
Those kids are the Pokemon. And the Pokemon are the kids. The 12.
Okay. Well, I guess that explains Iridessa. Okay. Okay. Grand.
Wait, how literal are we being right now then?
Very literal.
Really?
Soul transference. Or a whatever. I'm not religious.
Seem to know a lot.
Oh
for
yeah,
someone who's not
Kyle, by the
religious.
way, you used to be in a character set. Puccina or Hychina
This-
Pokemon.
Yeah, I think Lux is speaking, not Tiffany.
Yeah.
I think.
No, I'm asking
That's
the
why-
Pokemon Kyle was in. Was it Puccina or Hychina pronounced? I don't
Puchiana.
remember. Puchiana. Thank you.
Puchiana.
Yeah, by the way, Kyle used to be a Puchiana for a while. I thought you might want to know. Not the way I wanted to
I
tell
was a
you.
what?
A Puchiana?
I was a Puchiana?
But, well, you were swapped with one.
Huh.
You got switched
Uh,
back, and then the place burned down because I was
Oh.
kind of awesome. I destroyed a boiler, and yeah, good times. We have a lot to tell you when this night is done. So
Well,
let's
thanks
live
for
through
waiting
this,
till now
okay?
to do so. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome. Smiles.
Yeah,
Not that
how
you can
much
see it
do
under
you
his
know
costume.
this? Like, I think this would be relevant information.
Yeah.
Not for
Ian,
long.
why didn't you say anything before? Kyle said.
I only learned of this before we left for the trip.
But we've been walking in that tunnel for days.
And I've been contemplating who I was that whole time.
Kinda the same.
Sort of hard to digest what the last 14 years might have meant.
Yeah. I guess.
Were the children willing to this procedure?
I don't know.
Out of character, Hark, how much has Lex remembered? Now that Anthony's jogged his memory.
Almost all of it.
Does he remember if he was
What is
willing or too small, really, to know one way or the other what was going on?
I think I think that you didn't realize at the time what was happening. They never asked you if you wanted to do it. If that's what you're wondering. So you never gave them permission to?
Okay.
When you turned into a Pokemon, you might have thought it was cool at first. Cool, I'm a Pokemon. Of course, then you're like, I don't know if I want to be this for the rest of my life. And then you can decide for yourself how you felt at that point.
Okay. I know I wasn't asked. I know my childlike mind thought it was really fun in the beginning, but...
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Looks over at Noir. We've both been used as weapons. It doesn't break us as people, or humans, or whatever.
So are you saying I'm not who I think I am? Are you saying I'm switched?
You got
No.
switched back, as I understand it. Unless something happened after we got separated. Because again, 14 years, I don't know what your life's been.
Kaya looks very relieved when you said that.
Tiffany also looks noticeably relieved.
Kyle, that
Yes, Molly.
that jet black that was bullying me at the sandbox. I don't think that was you. It must have
I
been.
don't either.
It must have been the Puchiana or whoever that was.
Again, another wave of relief seems to appear on Kyle's face
Tiffany goes
as he's
over, takes
processing
his hand.
processing all of this.
Well, lucky Lux and Chase were there. That they, because otherwise, hey, maybe he might not be here. So that was
Right.
Mm,
Guys?
Yeah.
that was good.
Yeah.
As crazy as all this bullshit is, I think we
Hey.
need to get back on track with some things.
Yeah, that's also another reason we didn't tell you, because look how distracted. It's
yeah,
a lot.
again, good timing as always.
You're
So, what's the plan? What are we going with? Are we splitting? Are we having Chase go suicide on us? What are we doing?
I'm anti-suicide. That you guys do not give us enough credit for how awesome we are. Right, bro?
I definitely don't plan to be dying.
You better not. Pokes his head.
Molly's not saying anything. She's just watching Chase.
Alright, well, I guess whose judgment do you trust more? Chase's or the lieutenant's here?
I'm willing to be convinced not to do what I want to do. But there are people in that house. People. Humans. Not Pokemon.
Do you think those people are in trouble right now?
I'm not talking about the race.
Are you absolutely sure this is the best way to get the information, Ian?
Chaos has a way of creating answers. Not always the way we want them.
Kyle definitely, I don't think shudder's not the right word, but he reacts to that statement because Kyle is very much not a chaotic.
Stiffens slightly for a moment.
He stiffens a bit, like,
So good.
I don't quite agree with that, but I'm not gonna say. But he's not gonna say anything.
I mean, how else do you go into a house and ask the Pokemon if they're actually Pokemon.
You don't? We let our master thief Molly get inside the house all by herself and she plants up?
And they act like normal. Like they've been acting normal for 14 years. Why would it make a difference? Their normal is look around.
Do you think they would give anything away in your presence versus if they were just having casual conversation amongst themselves?
Depends if they knew who I was.
I thought they would recognize you from the
contest.
Well, Lux wasn't competing. It's possible
Everyone's
that
just an actor on the stage. That's not. You're
Well,
looking at someone
Iridessa
who is
was
not.
in the cafeteria with us. She saw everyone that was there with me.
I'm not human.
Yeah, but you look human, and looking human might get you killed here.
yeah.
And they don't recognize the human from the Mimikyu.
Are you sure about that?
No. That's why I want to walk in and ask.
Also,
Without hiding. I don't want them to think that I'm hiding anything. I think that's the bigger risk, is me going in there pretending that I'm hostile.
What were the other Pokemon in the room? I'm just worried about someone reading your mind.
There was a Jigglypuff, the Dustox, the
Salamence.
yes, that one, a Salamence.
And Chase, even if they could read your mind, they wouldn't find 100% hostility toward them anyway, would they?
Nope. That's why I can't predict what happens after 20 seconds.
Do you know how you feel about them?
I think I would like to know if they are who they are. I want to know if they're not just actors on the stage.
Chase, when we were infiltrating Team Rocket, you developed a soft spot for some of them very quickly.
They were family.
And what about Omni?
They are family.
And us?
You are all family.
Kyle will take his hand and he'll just, put it on your shoulder and he'll say, Ian, I don't trust this plan, but I do trust you. If this is what you want to do, I'm not going to talk you out of it.
Molly will turn to the others and she'll just say, I do trust EM, guys.
Worst case scenario, everything I think is wrong. They will become hostile towards me. That's why Lux is there.
That is not the worst case scenario. But if that's what makes you feel better.
Lux gets me out of there. He says I'm his human misbehaving.
Yeah, except for Omni kind of probably remembers us. Also probably remembers we're a duo. Also, a thing about you being without your hoodie, eventually you might get, the rest of the Mimikyu package. Insanity. Just saying. We don't know when that's going to kick in.
Don't think that's how that works.
Iridessa had Pokemon powers.
If he's been a Mimikyu for 14 years and it hasn't kicked in by now, it seems a little bit late for that.
You know how it works then? I don't.
All I know is 14 years seems like plenty of time for something like that to happen.
Anyway, we'll discuss it later. Are we all staying here? Are we still splitting? Are we doing bills later? Never at all?
I think those should be done. I don't know when.
Agreed.
I would rather, if things go south on this and we need to go in cavalry, I'd rather have as many people there as possible.
All right, out of character. So I think Chase is going to the door, correct?
Yeah.
Yes?
I think.
Okay.
I
Lux
think
is off to go find shadows.
I
Just
think
elements. Sorry.
I was gonna say, just before everyone split off, Cassie would ask Chase to tell them exactly what he wanted them to do.
If this Team Omni does raise the alarm, does call the authorities, I don't want everyone to be in the same place. I want to make sure easy for you to disperse. I won't compromise anybody because I think there's a better chance of me rejoining the group or coming out of this with Lux. If there isn't additional confusion outside of the home, if the authorities turn up, and then I leave it all to you. Noir will have the message, and then you guys can make your judgments. Split up, come up with a plan to get me out of there in the most neutral, non-offensive way possible. I'm not looking to start a fight.
Chase, you are going to make your way up to the doorway. And Lux is right next to you.
Lux
He's
is
next
going
to
off
me.
to go find shadows so he can go shadow stab a salamence.
Not shadow stab yet, unless things go wrong.
I
Just
know
don't
he
let
has
that-
to get into position because
Yeah.
it's only a 5-meter radius. So
And then also keep in mind for Lux, like Chase will just quickly say that if things do go south and he has to come in and say that it's humans misbehaving, just change your plan accordingly so that we can get out of here without.
Got it.
And
Yeah,
I think, and I think Molly's gonna try to sneak up like to the door, like find a hiding place next to the door. Like if there's bushes or a hedge or something next to the door, she'll be hiding in there.
Roll a stealth.
actually, one more thing before everyone branches off in the groups and Tiffany has her Pokeball holding open. Molly, if you're going to be inside with Pokemon, do you mind if I spray you with this real quick? It cuts scent.
Oh,
I don't want them to be able to track you. Spray, spray, spray.
Smart.
Walk
Thanks
around,
a bunch.
spray,
Very
spray,
smart.
spray, 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 spray. Okay, Sniffles. You pick up anything other than street smell?
No, it's like she's invisible to me if I wasn't looking right at her.
Go team.
Weird.
perfect.
Yeah.
That actually makes me feel very uncomfortable.
Well, they usually only sell it around hunting season, which I suddenly have a very big opinion on. Okay, you guys got this. Go team.
Well, I feel invalidated.
Sniffles, you're awesome. Bends down, hugs him.
Out of character, does Molly still have a +1 from the luxury ball?
Good question.
I think, yeah, I'll say yes. I'll say yes.
Okay.
Sure.
25 then.
Good.
Queen of Shadows.
Chase, you go up to the door and you ring the doorbell. You can hear behind the door that there's like laughing or something. Somebody must have said something funny in their conversation. But the door will open and you will see an elderly human man. This is Dylan Ray. And he sees you and he looks at you and he looks around as if expecting a Pokemon to be with you, but none seems to be around. And so he looks at you and he says, may I help you?
I'm here to see the master of the household.
Certainly. Are you a friend of Master Pimple?
Possibly.
Where's your trainer?
He's around.
Yes, please come in. We have sort of a social gathering happening at the moment. But here, you can wait here at in the in the living room.
Chase keeps walking in towards the kitchen.
Sir. He's gonna call out to you. Do you like ignore him?
Yeah.
Okay. You go into the kitchen, and there currently is another human female, and she seems to be ladling what appears to be some soup into some bowls. And she turns to your direction, and she looks very confused. And she says, hello, may I help you?
Just here to talk to the master of the household.
I guess you're just gonna keep walking without. She looks like she's going to ask you another question, but then you just walk by her, and I guess she just like chickens out. her question kind of falters because I mean it looks like you're just going to walk by her anyway, so she's not going to stop you. And you're going to enter into the dining area, and in the dining area there's actually some heavy hors d'oeuvres already set up on the table. There's a lot of like different. There's like a vegetable pokeberry crudité, with some ranch dipping sauce or something along those lines. And there is a Jigglypuff who seems to have a bubbly in its hand, and the Jigglypuff's looking slightly tipsy at the moment. And the Dustox is also enjoying a beverage, and the Salamence, they have this big giant martini glass looking thing set on the table. It looks more like a large fish bowl than a martini glass, but the Salamence is drinking out of it almost like a trough almost. And the Dustox turns to you and says, "Oh, we have other guests. Hello."
Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a fine evening. And then Chase pulls up a chair. Sits down.
I'm sorry, but are you at the right house? Pimple asks.
I don't know. I'm waiting to see if I am or not. I'm wondering if I'm in the right body, you might say.
Right body, the Dustox says. The Jigglypuff looks in towards your direction, and it looks like it's a little It looks like it looks like it's a little expectant of what you might say next.
Chase grabs a glass. He pours himself some of the bubbly.
Oh, Pimple says, those drinks are not for you. I don't think I'm afraid, he says, I'm afraid I'm going to have to take that, as he goes over to take the glass from you.
And he pulls it away. What do you mean it's not for me?
Well, humans shouldn't be drinking. That would be irresponsible of me to let you drink alcohol.
So Chase grabs the canister to pour himself a glass after he says that. Okay, good. Then we're on the same page. And he pours himself a glass.
Where's your trainer, sir? The Pimple asks.
Trainer's a complicated word in my experience.
At this point, the Salamence has stopped drinking out of its glass and is now looking at you with a deep curiosity.
Chase raises his glass, turns it around, smells it. How about a toast?
Toast to what exactly? The Jigglypuff asks.
Omni Atunum.
At that point, the Jigglypuff puts down its glass and stands up from its chair, and its big, large eyes look straight into yours, Chase. And the Jigglypuff asks, "Who are you?"
And Chase looks into his big eyes and, prepared to intimidate if necessary, he says, "Which one are you?"
Roll an intimidate. Go ahead and roll intimidate. The Jigglypuff pauses a bit as if it's been shaken by your intimidating stare. And it then says, "The fairy one, obviously."
What's your name?
Don't answer that question. A voice speaks out from behind the table, and you can see that there is a Frostlass who is standing in the doorway of the kitchen leading into the dining room. "Dr. Jaboku told us that you would be here. Where's the rest of you, 5? Or is it 10?
Thought it was only 12.
And I apologize. I can't do the accent very well, but I'll try. So she, the Frostlass does have an accent. I'll try to do it properly, but she is speaking in it regardless of whether or not I'm good at it or not. "You know a lot, don't you? A little too much."
I think we all come from the same place. Wouldn't it be awkward if I didn't?
She pauses for a moment, and then she says, "Oh, no, that's where you're wrong. We don't all come from the same place."
Where's your human?
She says, "My human? Whatever are you referring to? I don't know what you mean by this. Where is my human?"
Well, I've seen you in 2 forms. Last time I saw you, you were a human. Or maybe you weren't, because it wasn't really you.
So the white face of the Frostlass goes a shade whiter, if possible, as if it seemed a little surprised by that. And it's then falters slightly and says, "I have no idea what you're talking about, but you can tell that it's lying. You can tell."
So what's your name? Which one are you? Dorothy? Joy? Valerie? Mary?
She says, "I will humor you for now. You know my name. It is I, Iridessa. And you don't look like that Tiffany or that Molly. In fact, I don't really know who you are. I've told you my name, now you tell me yours."
My name is Imp.
Her eyes grow wide at that point. "You're Imp? No, it can't be."
What's the most dangerous thing about a Mimiku without a cloak, without his costume? What's under that cloak, do you wonder? 'Cause I got nothing else to take off except my pants.
She sighs for a little bit and says, "I don't know, I think that might be even scarier." "What are you doing here, Imp? And why are you with them? I thought you were one of the ones who first started this whole thing. Why did you betray us?"
See, I'm trying to find out where I do belong and who exactly I'm betraying or not betraying. I don't think you're all who you say you are. I don't think you're all doing what people think you're doing.
Oh? And what do you think you're doing?
I think I'm trying to get people on the same page so we don't accidentally kill each other.
Is that why you had second thoughts?
Maybe I got to see something from a different set of eyes, and that triggered the thoughts. Some people have a revolution on the outside. Some people start the revolution from within. Which one are you guys doing?
We are trying to put things back to the way it should be. The way it used to be. At least that's what you believed in. You believed in how things originally were, not how they were, not how they are now.
Is that what everyone at this table believes right now? Pokemon
Yes.
first?
That's how it used to be, until the humans turned it around. The humans are off gallivanting, pretending to be Pokemon.
Which humans are you speaking of? The ones that are Pokemon in your human bodies? The way I'm a Pokemon in this human body?
You really don't remember, do you? Oh, the mind must have done a really great job messing you up. You don't remember Dr. Jaboku. Do you know who Dr. Jaboku really is? Do you even know what Dr. Jaboku looks like? Or have you also forgotten that?
Got bits and pieces.
I see. So that's why you're acting like this, because you actually don't know everything.
Just on a mission to discover.
What if I were to tell you the truth? Would you believe me if I said it to you? Or would you think I was making something up to conveniently get you to our side?
It depends if you're talking me Pokemon to Pokemon, or you're talking down to me like I'm a human.
I am giving you a chance to get to your senses, to get back to your roots, down to the soul, to who you really were and what you believed back in the day. I can tell you these things, but I'm not going to waste my breath if you're not going to believe it anyway.
Do you believe that I'm here and not wanting to cause any problems? That I don't want any of you to die?
I believe that a part of you did once. The jury is out on whether or not that part of you is still there.
So help me.
During this whole conversation, Pimple looks completely lost. Like, what? Team Omni? Team whatever. Like, he doesn't seem like he knows any of this. And Frostlass will say, Pimple dear, could you please leave the room for a moment? And Pimple says, leave the room? No offense, but I don't think I would like for the private matters such as this to be dropped into the ears of one of the biggest DJs of the entire country. Pimple, again, looks very confused. Well, that's exactly why I want to stay. And then the Frostlass looks at Pimple and gives it a very icy glare. And Pimple says, you know what? I think I am going to take Dylan and Irene out for a walk. We'll be back in 15 minutes for the Frostlass finishes. We'll be back in 15 minutes. And please continue drinking my alcohol, the Dustock says as it flies away from out of the room. Irene, Dylan, we're gonna go out for a nice walk. How about some fresh air? And actually, at this point, everybody outside of the house will see the rays and Pimple actually go out the door, and they're going to start walking in the direction that the Frostlass was coming from to go for a walk.
Okay.
Molly is relieved. Molly is very relieved to see them out of the house at that point.
Also, is Chase relaying all this through his thoughts?
You get
Is it-
very quick inputs. They're not statements, but there's
Okay.
danger, not danger.
So no,
I
like
thought Noir was
specific
just following
information.
along.
She's,
Okay,
well,
sure.
Noir could hear how he's thinking about things, but Chase wouldn't be repeating everything Frostlass is saying and how he's right. So she'd get
Right.
pieces of. She'd have to interpret it.
Okay. Could I make a focus roll to see how well she interprets it?
Yes, how well does she interpret Chase's mind?
Yes, please.
And while
Yes,
she's
please.
doing that, can I ask a few questions?
Sure.
Where Lex is positioned outside the window by the Soulmans, does he hear everything going on?
I'm sure he can.
Okay.
I'm sure
And
Lex can hear everything.
I asked this in the chat bar when Iridescent said the name Tiffany. Did Pimple have any reaction to it?
I'm going to say it'll react, but Tiffany's a pretty common
I know.
name.
That's actually why I chose it.
If it said Jefferson, yes, it would have more of a reaction.
Okay. Cool.
But Jefferson, I think, is not as common as Tiffany.
True.
So,
Alrighty.
though it
Just
is
checking.
possible that it could be a totally different Jefferson, but
Yes.
anyway. So the Frostlass approaches the table, the other end of the table. It'll pour itself a drink and it'll say, "How much do you remember about Dr. Jaboko?"
She wiped my mind. I had second thoughts. She didn't enjoy that. That she forced it.
How much do you know about Arceus?
I know it's a legendary that Team Omni seems to, or not, seems to be building an entire idea around. That Arceus was the first. That Arceus.
Arceus was the creator of all existence. Did you ever wonder what came before Arceus?
I've only just recently began to wonder what came before Arceus. I have my own answers.
And what are your answers?
Before Arceus, there was the beginning, creation itself.
There was the void.
There was the infinite.
There was the infinite. But there was the void. And from the void came an egg. An egg in which Arceus was hatched. She will relay the story. So for the benefit of the people who don't know Pokemon lore at all, Iridessa will now say, in a void of nothingness, a single egg came into being, which then hatched into Arceus. Arceus created Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina, giving Dialga and Palkia the abilities to control time and space. Giratina was banished into another dimension for its behavior. And then during the very early formation of the world, possibly sooner, Arceus created Azelf, Uxie, and Mesprit to create willpower, knowledge, and emotion, respectively. Attributes that are all in all modern humans and Pokemon. They then dove into the bottom of present-day Lake Valor, Lake Acuity, and Lake Verity, dubbing the terms the Lake Guardians. Also in these early times, Mu appeared on the planet. The original Mu being worshipped by most of the humans today. Mu, they said, contains the DNA of every Pokemon. There are many scientists now who believe that Mu was the ancestor of all Pokemon. And the next to come into being during the Primal Age were Groudon and Kyogre and the Rayquaza. And so on and so on and so on. I'm not going to drop the entire history of how the world was created to you, because it's not important, it's irrelevant how this world was created. What's important is what came before all that, what came even before the void itself.